A very good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. Today we'll be focusing on the south region of the country. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the top stories making the rounds at the moment. The governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, has confirmed that over 1 million people have been affected in the Borno flood. The governor, who disclosed this earlier today while donating cash to displaced persons taking refuge at the Bakassi IDP camp along Bio Dambao Road in Maiduguri, says food items and other basic necessities will be provided while vendors have been contracted to feed them while in the camp. Professor Zulum also confirmed receipt of flood intervention fund of 3 billion naira from the federal government, which will be used to address challenges of the flood. Meanwhile, about 286 inmates have reportedly escaped from the Maiduguri Medium Security Custodial Center following severe flooding in the capital city on Tuesday. Already, the Minister of Interior, Mr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, is in Maiduguri to assess the flood's impact on the facility. Nevertheless, a statement from the spokesman of the service, Mr. Umar Abubakar, disclosed that the federal government is working to evacuate the correctional center. Mr. Umar assured the public that the service is working with sister security agencies to take the necessary measures to ensure public safety. Residents of Moriki town in Zurumi local government area of Zamfara state are in fear as the deadline given by the notorious bandit kingpin Bello Turji to pay an imposed 30 million naira levy expires today. The bandit kingpin, in a viral video, imposed the 30 million naira levy on the community following the killing of over 100 cows belonging to him by the military some weeks ago. The dreaded bandit kingpin had earlier demanded that the community pay him 50 million naira, but later reduced the payment to 30 million naira. An indigene of the town, Abdullahi Moriki, told Channels Television that the community have been sourcing for the money to pay the bandit's leader. According to him, each house owner in the town are tasked to pay 10,000 naira each, while unmarried individuals are to pay 2,000 naira each. When asked if the security agencies are aware of the levy and the threat of violence and if the payment is not made, Moriki said the security agencies are aware of the whole situation. Confirming the development to Channels Television via telephone conversation, the Zamfara State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Dalijan, said the security agencies are aware of the situation. He added that the joint security forces comprising of the Nigerian police and the Nigerian army have deployed additional troops to the area with a view of providing adequate security. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has slammed a 10 million naira bail on each of the 10 members of the #Bad Governance protesters who were charged with an attempt to overthrow President Bola Tinubu between August 1 and 4th this year. Justice Emeka Nwite, while delivering ruling in their bail application, says the protesters must produce sureties who must be property owners in Abuja and must deposit documents of the properties to the court in addition to swearing to an affidavit of means. The court equally ordered defendants to produce one surety each who are based in Abuja and must be willing to deposit their international passports and 3 recent passport photographs with the court. Justice Nwite, while rejecting the objections of the Inspector General of Police against the bail applications, however, ordered the defendants not to participate in any public rally throughout their trial. The judge also ordered the defendants to be remanded in prison custody pending the perfection of their bail conditions. The accused persons are said to have committed the treason offense during their 1-week nationwide protests when they allegedly levied war against Nigeria. The court has fixed the 27th of September for the commencement of trial. We start off in Benin, where the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it's fully prepared for the September 21st governorship election in Edo State. This is coming against the backdrop of alleged intimidation by police. The chairman of the party in Edo State, Anthony Aziegbemi, said, and the governorship candidate, Asue Ighodalo, spoke to journalists after a closed-door meeting with high-profile delegates from the British High Commission at the campaign secretariat in Benin City, the Edo State capital. While Mr. Ighodalo is calling on the relevant institutions to provide a level playing field for all contestants in the governorship election, the Edo PDP chairman is adamant that the All Progressives Congress, APC, is behind the police troubles.
Extremely concerned because it's very important to us that we have free and fair elections, where there's no violence, where people don't feel intimidated, where people feel secure. And when people are still protesting issues, that means people are unhappy about something. And we feel very sad as a party that we're seeing protests and people are unhappy about things related to the elections, so close to the elections. And so we're hoping that the institutions concerned will reverse whatever it is that's making people unhappy, So that's because we are ready for the elections. We're prepared, we've done our work. We feel very confident that we will win these elections where there's a free, fair, and level playing field, because we've done the work. People understand and trust what we will do.
The APC has succeeded in making the Nigerian police their armed wing. The Nigerian police, unfortunately, have aligned themselves with APC, and they are doing the biddings of the APC. The protest you saw today, that is just a tip of the iceberg. We just wanted to test the waters today. There will be another protest tomorrow, there will be another protest the next day. Just to send the message that the Nigerian police that survives on Nigerian taxpayers' money cannot show, without thinking through, without some common sense, just openly support the political party. That's totally unacceptable. And there are a few things that we are concerned about. If APC's party chairman writes a petition to the IGP, it's acted upon. I've written 2 petitions to the IGP, nothing is done. My members have been harassed, arrested, intimidated.
Staying in Benin, in Edo State, the All Progressives Congress APC says roads, education, small and medium-scale businesses in Uhuande local government area of Edo State are to be among the main areas of focus of the APC governorship and deputy governorship candidates if elected into government. This was part of the promises made during the party's campaign tour of the local government area in the course of its campaign rallies in Edo State, in Edo South Senatorial District.
From Ugoneki to Egwahelo to Eho and then Enyai, the APC governorship campaign team takes its appeal for support through communities in Uonde local government area, just as it assures the people of good governance if its candidates secure victory at the polls.
This man, he don't promise Oshomole, say by the grace of God, he will even do pass Oshomole. He will work for Uonde. No other party, whether you call it by any name, that have anybody that is as good as our candidate.
Former Governor of Edo State, Adams Oshomole, reminds the communities that he provided amenities for the local government area during his time in office. He says the present candidates aim to do more.
Those schools we did, Red Roof, he will do more. Yeah. But besides doing more, the school cannot teach by itself. There must be teachers. And you must have heard what he has said in many places. How he will ensure that children are taught by teachers that are qualified, not 3 teachers in a school of 6 classrooms.
The APC governorship candidate, Monday Upewulu, says in addition to getting men and women in the state financially empowered, providing children with quality education is of utmost importance to him. In particular, he promised the people of Egwahelo that a major road in the community will receive instant attention if he's elected.
I felt very, very ashamed that this is the road to governor's community. I don't have campaign here. On the 21st of September, you will go out there to go and vote for me. And by the time I'm 1 year in the office, I want Obaseki to come back here. I want him to come back here and see this road.
Palace of the Inogi of Enyai was another stop for the APC campaign team.
Let's go by let's go.
Prayers for the journey ahead are received.
Wherever you are going, wherever you go, may the God Almighty be in your front and be in your back. Amen. You talk to the people, may the masses hear your voice. Amen.
The APC campaign train thereafter moves to continue its pursuit for Edo people's support come 21st September.
Still talking Edo politics, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has dismissed an appeal filed by Mr. Kenneth Imasogbo seeking to disqualify Mr. Olumide Akpata as the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in the September 21 governorship election in Edo State. In the lead judgment delivered by Justice Okon Abang, the appellate court held, among others, that Mr. Imasogbo failed to explore intra-conflict resolution mechanism of the Labour Party before rushing to court. The court also held that his case was premature in law and cannot be entertained on the ground that conditions precedents were not met. The unanimous judgment of the three-man panel of justices held that Mr. Imasogbo failed to tender the disputed results of the February 23rd primary election of the party, which he claimed to have won. This judgment comes a day after the Labour Party presidential candidate in the last general election, Mr. Peter Obi, told the electorate in Edo State that they can create a better Nigeria, starting with Edo State, by voting the party's candidates in the forthcoming Edo governorship election. As Nigeria continues its journey towards strengthening democracy, calls for the adoption of electronic voting have once again gained momentum in certain quarters. At an event held in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, its IT experts, politicians, and other stakeholders renewed their advocacy for an e-voting system, believing that only a credible process can produce capable leaders to address the myriad of socio-economic challenges in the country.
And graduated over 86,274 students.
Experts in technology, academia, law, politics, and other sectors are gathered in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, to discuss the evolving role of technology in fostering multi-sectoral development.
Rivers State University Teaching Hospital, RSUTH.
The event is an initiative of a group of youth from Rivers State who, as former students of the Rivers State University more than 2 decades ago, launched a campaign for tech innovation in the state. The group first discovered the critical role of technology as final year students over 20 years ago. And after years of work and collaboration with others, they helped the state government create significant inroads into various sectors, including public health, education, commerce, industry, and the judiciary.
There are already some courts that have been designated as trial courts, where they are looking at where the judges would be able to have their recordings, immediately they are standing up. They don't have to write longhand and all that. Very soon, Rivers State will be able to say confidently that we already have a full e-system as it relates to the court management.
Discussions thereafter shift to looking further inwards to creating homegrown tech solutions to address election malpractice in Nigeria. Director of the Rivers State University ICT Center, Professor Isaac Zeb Obipi, echoes the importance of technology in the electoral process.
You can vote from anywhere, and as you are voting from the back end, we are monitoring the votes that are coming in. Same for us, we monitor the votes that are coming in. Several times we've had attacks of denial of service to shut down the process. Immediately there's a backup that brings the process back. And all through, you could get to identify and audit the system if any invalid vote comes in.
Acting chairman of the Labour Party in Rivers State, Hilda Dokubo, agrees with this line of thought of playing up the role of technology, as she stresses the need for e-voting to be considered as the only option in the Electoral Act.
If we can vote electronically, we will save those lives. We will save those kind of vote buying that we have experienced in the past. We will save ourselves from one person sleeping and waking up and calling results that don't exist anywhere else except in their own imaginations.
One challenge stakeholders here agree with is the possible resistance to technological advancement by political elites who benefit from the current system.
What we have developed is something that we think, Nigeria should look at and embrace. And we have what we call the voters identification number, which is sent to all students, 2 days, 3 days before the election.
The stakeholders at this gathering believe that only a credible process can produce capable leaders to address the myriad of socio-economic challenges in the country.
You're watching Newsroom series live on Channels Television. Still ahead, we'll bring you some latest happenings from Rivers State in regards to local government governance. Stay with us. Welcome back. As the tenure of the Caretaker Committee chairman across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State winds down, Governor Sim Fubara has charged them not to relent in improving the lives of people in the rural communities. This is as he urged them to provide the people with the means to earn their daily living and boost the local economy, which he noted will improve security across communities in the state. Governor Fubara was speaking at the launch of the second phase of empowerment scheme by the Caretaker Committee chairman Andoni Local Government Regional Ekan. The governor was represented by the representative of Boni, Victor Okojombo, and while he commended the Andoni Caretaker Committee chairman for replicating this development drive.
But say thank you for doing a very wonderful job in Andoni local government. Thank you for piloting the vision of His Excellency the Executive Governor and bringing that vision down to every nook and cranny in Andoni local government. Continue to remain steadfast. Do not be unshaken. Continue to provide quality leadership to our people so that we will continue to remain connected to the government at the center, and so that would further encourage His Excellency the Governor to do more for Andoni people. This empowerment includes 12 minibuses, 6 official vehicles to committee members, 12 pieces of grinding machine, 12 pieces of sewing machine, and we also have 12 pieces of generator and 3 A-baby clippers. All to see that our youths and our people are not idle. Your Excellency, in support of the physical empowerment that we are doing, we also provide 899 bags of rice. When you get back, extend to His Excellency our happiness for having to encourage the opening of the economic space across the local government areas of Rivers State.
The initiator of Think Cross River is calling on all Cross Riverians as well as residents in the states to support the Governor Bassi O2 administration by promoting a spirit of patriotism among the people of Cross River, while also rallying support for the government's efforts to provide good governance to the state. Speaking with journalists in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, Mr. Edem Darlington explained that the initiative aims to inspire a renewed sense of patriotism, emphasizing that Think Cross River serves as a primary advocacy tool for the government to showcase the state's rich tourism potential, as well as highlights the numerous business and investment opportunities available. He stressed the importance of being patriotic in fostering a peaceful community and urged citizens to report any wrongdoing to security agents.
This tool is to promote everything about Cross River, and also, very importantly, to call on all Cross Riverians to join hands with the governor, our dear sweet Prince, Senator Prince Bassi O2, and promote what he's doing, support the current administration, and also promote everything that has to do with Cross River State. It is a tool to unite Cross Riverians. So whether you're from Cross River originally or you're living in the state, it doesn't really matter. But the fact that you're doing business or living here means that you're a Cross Riverian, and our governor will always say that. So it is a tool to unite us as a people and ensure that we are all part of what the government is doing by way of, protecting government facilities, around your locality, ensuring that you reach out to security agents whenever you see anything going wrong in your area.
To security issues now, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has busted an illegal dump site in Rivers State where stolen crude are stored in over 70 tanks. The illegal dump site, which is an abandoned construction company, is located at Igbo Eche in Eche local government area of the state. The command also arrested 2 suspects and impounded drums of automotive gas oil and a truck laden with suspected adulterated petroleum products at Obiakpo and Eleme local government areas, respectively.
This facility in Igweche, Eche local government area of Rivers State, used to be a warehouse for a construction company, but now it's been converted to a dump site for the storage of stolen crude and illegally refined petroleum products. The newly deployed State Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Joachim Okafor, who assumed duty a few days ago, leads journalists and personnel of the command to the dump site, which was uncovered by the anti-vandal squad. These tanks contain yet to be quantified liters of raw crude oil stolen by pipeline vandals, whom the commandant says will soon be apprehended.
Those tanks over there, they are filled with crude oil. Based on intelligent information we gathered, our anti-vandals went into action and exposed this. You can see this place has been in existence. My company has exposed them, and we keep on exposing them until they stop.
Earlier, the NSCDC State Commandant conducted journalists round the state headquarters, where he paraded 2 suspects and recently impounded a truck laden with illegally refined petroleum products and 7 drums of illegally refined automotive gas oil, AGO. He also inspects a guard mounted by personnel of the command following his official assumption of duties, during which he read the Riot Act to those dealing illegally in petroleum products in Rivers State.
This administration will partner with the government, the state government. We must partner with them. All sister security agencies, the youth, and the community leaders, so that together we can fight our common enemy, criminals, bunglers, and etc.
Being his second stint in Rivers State, Commandant Joachim Okafor says he is in a familiar terrain and he is confident that his stay will provide an uncomfortable environment for pipeline vandals and illegal refiners of petroleum products.
And that's where we draw the anchor on today's edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iriwu. Remain safe.